Hey, thanks for checking in on Bathtub Sir and welcome back to Pyre. Last episode we freed Hedwyn. He's gone. He's out of the downside, back in the Commonwealth and hopefully reunited with the woman he loves. I believe it's his wife, but I can't remember her name. But yeah, we beat our liberation rite, which meant we could send one of our crew back to the Commonwealth and in turn salvation / freedom. What that means is that the rest of us are still stuck in the downside, so we have to bide our time and see what's next. Everyone, the amenities are modest here at Moonlight Alcove, but I suggest that you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. Moonlight Alcove, what's this? A small landing on the dark side of the sacred mountain. Yes, we're on the Mount Elodial at the moment, just the high up. Well, I'm going to pull this out my arse, but I believe it's the highest point in the downside. There you go, facts. For many years, Volfred smuggled supplies and furnishings to this well-hidden locale. Did you know, Volley Boy? As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready by when you next need it. What's he up to now? From the mountaintop you can see all across the downside, its impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs to you that you may never see another land beside it. Wow, it's kind of depressing. Although at least the downside is very varied. This feels like endgame. Surely it can't be. I can't release a bloody 2-minute video. And so, you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of the rites begins to turn again. Then, you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom one by one. Many moons pass. Then, one evening. May I have a moment, reader? The lone minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rites, as has been your leaning through your stay at this abode. Yeah, as has been your leaning? Sure, why not? Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please, follow me. It's got to be stars. You follow him into the cold night. Look forth, reader sir. The stars shine like you have never seen. Once more the path towards salvation is revealed, but now, something is different. What's different then? Let's have a look up. So I wonder how much time has actually passed. I don't believe it was cold here before, so now we can hazard a guess it's a new season, winter. And previously it may have been what? Autumn? Maybe even summer? Spring? Who knows? Okay, what's going on here? They're all getting names. Oh. Each prior time you searched the stars, they showed to you a single path. But now, several rites avail themselves to you at once. Henceforth, you may choose from several different rites. Okay. God, I get a little bit overwhelmed when there's a choice. So we could head to Triesta, the Silver Star. The Silver Star is faint over the nest of Triesta. You are not permitted to conduct the rite here. Okay, well, sod you, Triesta. Orez. I remember that guy. The Azure Star burns bright over the hulk of Orez. Lendel is already on his way. That was one of the first people we fought, wasn't it? Perhaps the first. We can go back to where we found Sir Gilman in Melith, the Bog Star. Or we can face that horrible witch. Oh god. I don't know who to take on. The withdrawn are led by the crone witch Udmalhi. Your record against them is 1-0. 1-0. 1-0. Should we just go back to Lendel again? Why not? Start how we began. It's either the first or second rite. I'm not totally sure. But so we have to do another 8 rites and then send another person up and do another 8 again? Surely not. I mean, like, no offense to Pyre, I love the game, but that sounds like a bit of a slog. Anyway, what's Volfred feel about this? The stars urge that we go to the Hulk of Orez, a long way off. Volfred, sir, how are we to reach the Hulk of Orez in due course of time? You know full well, Tarek. Preparations are complete. We're gonna fly. We're gonna bloody fly this thing. You think you see the lone minstrel smile, ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please, ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advance, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites. This time, until... Oh, let's try that again. As the years advance, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites this time, until once more we ask reverse Scribe's Gate. So maybe instead of doing 8, I'll do 7, is that what you're saying? Exactly how many, it is difficult to say. but our next chance at liberty ought to present itself much sooner than before, so let's be ready for it. Now, then, see you in the morning, reader. Yeah, so it'll be a less number of rites, so might not be as much of a slog as once feared. Your companions have not travelled far from Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spreads throughout the camp, or the group, rather. Who wants to chat then? No one? Alright, let's continue then. I'll call it now, it's a bloody plane. Next morning, Volfred calls everyone together before the black wagon. This old wagon is more than it appears. With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea, to me. Now, it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. Volfred beckons you to join him in the wagon. Okay, let's do it. Step inside. Right, we've got a book to read. There's some hanging stuff. Okay, something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looks before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. You are the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way. I told you, we're going to sprout wings and fly. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader, whenever you're ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how. And everyone else, hang on to something. Oh, buddy, it's going to be cool. Oh, yes, X to take off. Let's do it. Oh, my God, do we get full control over the map now? I think we may. After having soared into the sky, the black wagon remains aloft somehow. By the Underking! Never thought I'd soar like this again. What does Ti'zo think? Ti'zo is excited to be flying again. You get the impression this may not be for the first time. The Nightwings sail the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There is one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing. Though, we should be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll then make way by land or sea towards our destination. Now, without further ado, let us proceed. The black wagon can fly. Seek landing near the Hulk of Ores, of course. Yep, we're controlling this bad boy. Oh man, I love the black wagon. I think the black wagon is almost a character in itself in this game. So versatile. Look at it. Wow. Oh, right trigger to boost. Say no more. Oh, so that's where they're flying as well. What's the deal with these guys? Oh crap! It's Manly. What? My beautiful wagon. What has happened? Oh, but it is you, my wonderful Nightwings. Come to play a little trick on your good friend Manly, Oh, how very, very, very clever of you. And the damage you have caused my beautiful wagon. Doubtless it was very, very minimal. Fear not, I can afford repairs. It is no inconvenience at all, although I do have one request of you, to make amends, that is. When next we face each other in a riot, and I trust you know what I shall ask of you, but would you be kind enough to stand aside, and let the chastity prevail? Never in a million years, Manly, you've been smoking your own bark. Never gonna happen. Then we shall call it even, and when I return unto the Commonwealth, I shall see to it that you or your loved ones there are suitably rewarded. Now, ta-ta! Oh, bloody hell, we hit him again. That's cool, so we can have interactions with other flying triumvirates. Okay, let's carry on down. Ah! Who are these? Sisters! We are under attack! Hold! No! We are merely being mocked. By none other than the Nightwings. Mock us all you wish then, wastrels of the Commonwealth. The sight of you, in that utterly outlandish wagon, your mere existence is an affront to the act of flight. Would that my sisters and I could soar tireless and free as once we did, but nay, we must resort to such ignoble means of travel, such as you. Now, stay away from us, lest our vengeance should extend beyond our Commonwealth and become much more personal in nature. Yeesh. Alright, get away from us then, bloody hell. Something about the strange islands you see below draws your attention. Whoa, we are going on all sort of tangents here. Best to avert your gaze from the Isle of Claymere. Is that how you'd say that? Probably not. Even the scribes themselves thought to avoid that place. Let us fly on. A forbidden island nestled in the Deathless Tempest, it has significance to the 8 scribes. Do we have to listen to Volley Boy? Probably. The Hulk of Ores. Oh, what's going on here? It has drifted here upon the sea for longer than one might expect. Perhaps you've already read of the doomed ship's demise in the embrace of the unfathomed plums. No. The sea titan, once slain by the scribe unlinking Ores, her brood lies dormant in the sea. Maybe we have read that. I don't know. Some say it was the sea itself which preserves the ship's remains. Hidden properties within the water, sea creatures binding together ruined planks of wood. Those such as yourselves and the accusers know another truth, I gather. The stars would not lie lying over the wreckage if it did not have a greater significance than first appears. May you have good fortune there during the coming rite. Thank you, Terry. So where do we have to land on either the trench, the pass, or the rock? Oh, so even though we're fighting Lend or whatever his name is, we're actually fighting on the old boat where we first met Sir Gilman and that. So should we chill on Ragged Rock? The low minstrel suggests that a good supply of stardust may be found along this route. And the trench, what do you got to offer? Faye suspects he may buy something of value. What's something that'll boost the team? We can get another blessing here. Why not? That works out pretty good last time. So we've got a lot of pages to read. I think at least 2. You touched down at the Sea of Solace where you first encountered Sir Gilman and the Pyre Hearts. Yep. As you make time to check the wagon's subsystem for signs of any excess strain resulting from your voyage through the skies, one of your companions gets your attention. Wow, that was exciting. Maybe someday you could fly us to the stars. Faye assists you with the remainder of the work, and together you conclude that everything seems to be in order. You soon shall carry on by sea. For now, you have some time to spare. Right. Beyond. Oh, so we've got a Ti'zo Scribe Trial, and we've got some pages to read, and we've got people to talk to. Bloody hell, it's all kicking off. What is that? A Grease Stone? Exhibits a flagrant disregard for natural law, thus providing light entertainment. A keepsake from Mount Alodial. Do you reckon that's part of the reason we can fly as well? What was this? No, I want to have a look at the ropes. Oh god. We're ruining everything. Canvas wings. The black wagon is flight capable, though by which means you do not fully grasp yet. Okay. The white loot, yeah, we've seen that before. So there's just this jar down here. Waking wood wisps. The wisps inside provide a scarce bit of light when it is needed, all for a low monthly fee. Right, so we're paying for our electric. A keepsake from Black Basin. Let's talk to Sir Gilman. Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Master Reader, this knight is very slightly out of sorts, is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Permafa overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it, he has yet to understand. Well, let's see. What's it like to swim the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious, murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare to be sure, but otherwise a joy to cut across, to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Though, this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Though, I haven't had to swim, and you now have to fly. That's very brave of you, and you handled it better than some harp fledglings I've met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Sir Gilman gained +1 hope for the next rite. Brilliant. Oh, I just noticed his awesome scar across his face. That looks cool, dude. Wish him well. And that was the nicest we've seen Pamela be this whole journey so far. Cool, I'm starting to warm to her a little bit. Now, what's going on in the Book of Rites? Living in exile. Whoa, we've suddenly unlocked a whole bunch of chapters. We need to find out when the last page is. The Rope, Empire's Collapse, Down the River, The Hunt for Myrrh, The Demon. Yeah, we've read that bit. Yes, have we read this one? Help save my emperor did subside. He said something to me. He said you gave your freedom. Yep, we've read that. And that's it. So now we're on to chapter 2. Living in exile. Alright, cool. In the words of Yomir Many-Mane the Alpha Chief. Once I too roamed free. I remember well those days in which I was called Chief. I travelled all the world over on my 4 good paws and I was well adored. I wanted to grow stronger. Here, at last, I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for you a little bit, and to prolong your stay, but only for as long as needed. Your charge is to return. We call this place the downside for a reason, but in time, here you can learn to eat, to seek out shelter, and to find a certain beauty in unlikely places. So these must be the 8 scribes, a chapter about each of the 8 scribes. That's probably apparent a long time ago, but you know what I'm like, very unobservant. So let's close the book and talk to Sandra. I mean, there's plenty of pages to get through there, but we'll read sort of one per episode, perhaps. I can sense you out there somewhere. What is it that you want? I'm gonna sling old Ti'zo to you, if that's alright. I shall gladly oblige, my reader. Who is to be the lucky one this time? Ti'zo, don't be scared, buddy. Hopefully this won't be too hard. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Ti'zo. I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood out from all his ilk, although that really is not saying much. Well, let us bring him forth. Ti'zo soon appears in heed of the summons. Ti'zo seems to be prepared for whatever lies ahead. Well, that's good. He's a brave guy, isn't he? So I reckon he'll be fine. Imps such as Ti'zo can banish several adversaries at once, yes, because they can explode, can't they? So it's going to be hard using just him, because if we take anyone out, that's us done for. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, imp. You answer to me here. Ti'zo indicates his understanding and is prepared to begin Sandra's trial. You know the formalities, of course. Show me, then, what you have learned thus far about the rites. Here, in this trial, it should be just you, my Beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us see now how you fare. Okay, I'm a little bit scared. I think we're better off. Oh. Okay, that worked. No, that didn't work at all. Oh crap, right. So, we need to let them come to us, perhaps? Oh, bloody hell, that is not good. Right, we're going to have to do a lot of dodging. Because that will not work for us at all. Fly. Dropped. That's not good. Can we get it from here? Okay, that's it. You're doing good. You're doing not so good. I'm not sure if we can do this, you know. Look at this. They're scoring like crazy. Right, this could be a horrible learning curve. Oh my god. And we can't dodge either. Right, so if they score one more time, we're absolutely ruined. Ti'zo, not being funny, mate. I'm very unimpressed with this. Obviously, yeah, it's all my fault. Understand that. Even one goal I'll be happy with. Bloody hell. Okay, keep going. No. Can I at least respawn in time? Yes, that was bloody close. Go! Oh my god. It's going to be so clutch if we do it this time. We still need to score twice before they score once. Okay, and we need to sort of fly. Oh, we've made it! Bloody hell, this is going to be very hard. If only we can do it the same as last time. Oh no. Get your stamina back. Yes! Bloody hell, how did we do that? Oh, it was a terrible start, but what's it matter? We've done it. Well done, Ti'zo. Well done, my little... what are you? A drive imp? My little drive imp friend. Ti'zo is excited to have completed Sandra's challenge and awaits her approval. Well, you've got my approval for sure, buddy. A worthwhile effort, imp. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Your predecessor may well have approved. Thus, congratulations are in order, to you and to your lovely reader. Now farewell. Thanks, Sandra. Let me know when you want the next one. We've got plenty. The withdrawn are an enigmatic triumvirate compelled by sinister forces rather than freedom. But that's not who we're fighting here, are we? We're fighting like the Tempers or the Templars? Not the Templars. Anyway, Ti'zo is happy to be back and wonders what it is that Sandra granted you. You take a closer look at the new artifacts in your possession. We received Ha'ub's wings for completing Ti'zo's trial. So, this is a rank 7 legendary talisman. Ti'zo's flutter and zip abilities cost less stamina than usual. Brilliant. Definitely going to equip this. Even the sisters were taken aback, faced with such a sheer ferocity from one with such small stature. Bloody hell, alliteration is not my friend. So let's equip that right away. Where are you, little buddy? Lunar Glass. I think everyone else has their slots full up, so just take that. And that's good. Now, shall we see if we can gaze upon the depths? Faye asks that you join her by the relatively placid waters here. Oh yeah, we're meant to get a blessing, aren't we? How could I forget? You find Faye gazing down into the depths. The water is so very beautiful, and yet it's very dangerous. They always said it's very dangerous if you fall in, or drink enough of it. But the scribes, they have protected us, and they are watching. I just know. Even out here, in the waters of Under King Orez, they urge us on. I feel it. I just know. 7th of the 8 scribes of Orez. Okay, yeah, we know about him. He was a worm, was he? I didn't know that. There is no denying that the North Current sends you quickly on your way. Perhaps it is the fault of reaching land again, but you can sense the spring in everybody's step. +2 quickness, we'll take that. Thank you very much, Faye. She's got a very good intuition for where we can get some stat boosts. Okay. Now, do we study in private or mentor or companion? I think we maybe stick with mentor and companions now, because I want to get everyone up levels so that we get more of a broad choice when we do our next liberation rite. So people like Pamatha are slacking. Yeah, you're quite slacking. You're definitely the lowest, aren't you? See, I don't know what all the green is. But okay, we're going to mentor Pamatha and see how she handles it. Fine, then, let us chat together for a spell. Pamatha gains a somewhat stronger grasp of how to better pass the celestial orb through strength of will and trust in one's triumvirate than through dexterity alone. She nods in understanding. Well, that's good, and she leveled up, so I think we made the right choice. All in all, having to unlearn everything I've learned is going somewhat faster than expected. Brilliant to learn. So now, while casting her aura, Pamatha can trigger an aura burst that banishes nearby adversaries. Press B again just after casting. That sounds pretty damn good, if you ask me. Or, if Pamatha is banished while Winged Fury's effect is active, she returns twice as quickly. No, we're going for this. Fell Swoop. Can't wait to try that one out. You know that we can all feel your guidance when we have the orb, don't you, reader darling? Yeah, of course I know. I'm controlling each and every one of you. Let's continue our journey. Let's see how Lendal's doing. Remember him being quite an angry guy. Okay, so... Oh, we can't go here. We must go to the Hulk of Horrors. One of the downside celestial landmarks. Sure, let's do it. Oh, the Accusers. Sorry, I don't know where I was getting the Tempers from. Sound like a right idiot. But... let's, think about who we're going to take. Page revealed, page revealed. The Hulk of Horrors and the 8 scribes. Faye wants to have a chat. That's quite a rare occurrence. Faye seems to be talking to the Black Wagon's walls again, though this time something seems to have come over her. Little brother, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? You were unsure whether to check in with her or leave her be. Faye's acting rather odd even for her. Get her attention? Your concern for her is such that you had best check in to make sure she's alright. Faye would not be here if she lacked the capacity to work through her problems. Should we wait and listen? Kind of like interested to see where this goes. You sense now is not the time to interrupt, and that Faye's on the verge of confronting some long dormant emotions which she ought to face. They always said that there was something wrong with me, but they wouldn't really tell me what. They wouldn't say. They just said that I was moon-touched, but so what? And moon-touched is those deemed impaired by the Commonwealth standards, or very different in a negative sense. Oh, what arseholes. So there's even discrimination out down here in the downside. That's terrible. So then the scribes, they called me here. They're the ones who brought me here, not those people. They were so cruel. They were always so cruel. I didn't have a little brother at the time. No one that I recall, really. Although so much of it back then, I can't tell how much of it I dreamt. Most of it, I didn't want it to be true. But I remember that they threw me out. They decided they would throw me out and let the scribes take care of me. They said the scribes, they would take care of me. It was so very quiet here, and I was all alone again, although I think I liked it more, being alone down here, than being alone back there. Everybody's alone down here, and so it makes you feel less alone, somehow. Back there, why, I would sometimes see families, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, but here, there was hardly anyone at all. But I knew that I was closer to the scribes. I knew they were in the sky above, and I did search for them up there, you know, and then one night I found them. I saw the stars, and they were falling to the ground, and I thought, why is it the scribes themselves are crying? Are they sad? And maybe they're sad for me? Well, that was when I first saw you, little brother. With your help, I would get closer to the scribes. That way, maybe they could answer all my questions. Don't you think? But I'm so very glad I found you and the others. I'm finally not alone. I'm finally not alone, and more importantly, I think sometimes I even feel that way. That I'm not alone. Maybe, as we get closer, maybe I will get to feel that way more often. Being here, or being anywhere with you, and all my friends. She falls silent. Though you were concerned for her at first, you sense that now she is at peace. She wanders off, paying you no notice in the least. You sense you have a better understanding of her now. So she's had some... Oh, a roster bio updated by Faye. Cool, we haven't been in the common room like forever. But okay, that was a really interesting insight into Faye. Another character we haven't explored much of. Faye's new biography. She was a special child, left abandoned, and despite her seemingly simple nature, she possessed a strange affinity for the old ways. One day, she was taken in by the authorities, and when she revealed her fixations about the scribes, she was deemed witless. And when no one claimed responsibility for her, she was cast into exile. In the downside, she has wandered aimlessly in search for more clues about the legendary heroes who so fascinate her. And her crime was being a vagrant. She failed to meet basic cognitive standards and had no place or family in the Commonwealth. So she's just been abandoned in all sense of the word, by her family, by her government, by society. And she survived for 2 years. Wow. Okay, so have we got any more information about anyone else? Not particularly. I'm thinking more about this stuff. The sentencing side. That's interesting though. We should come in here more often. Have we got a page of the book we can have a quick look at? Let's go on page 2. Or chapter 2 rather. Okay, let's have a look at chapter 3. Forsaken Lands. In the words of Molten Meleith the Wild Witch, years upon long years we spent distilling life essence from many things, which all once writhed under the auspices of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much, and so, we think, did they. We earned the title Witch, and were forced to flee into the downside. Here we encountered Solium Mur, and soon we regained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumnavigate these lands and catalogue our findings. We felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. He wished to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake. Indulge us both then. So these are the writings of a witch. Interesting. We'll crack on with the other chapters later, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to end this episode there. Exciting. I can't believe we can fly now. That's pretty damn mental. And at least we know we have to take on some rites at our choosing, and hopefully send someone up to the Commonwealth sooner than we might expect. So if you enjoyed this episode, please go ahead and leave a like. It helps out a great deal, and I really do appreciate it, so thank you so much. If you want to see more, we'll crack on with this rite. I think I'm going to take our lesser used characters. Mainly Gilman, Faye, and Ti'zo, probably. But go ahead and subscribe and I can bring that to you. If you've got anything else you want to raise, anything at all, what do you think of the new direction Pyre has taken? We may have thought it was near the end, but I don't think we are, which is a good thing, of course. But leave a comment below, and I'll make sure I get back to you. Alright? See you!